Hey, my organic family. Today we're in the apothecary, Tawana and I, and we're just going to be, I guess, answering your questions or just since she's doing live, we're just going to start talking and it's going to be as organic as possible or as organic as what I told you you can come to expect with this particular channel. So today I wanted to talk about one herb in particular. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this particular herb or plant, I should say, and fruit is because there's been so much information out there. And more importantly, there's just been a plethora of new products that are on the market now regarding that. And so that particular plant has just been absolutely amazing for a lot of people. And without further ado, and without further just leading you on, we're going to talk about soursop. Now, I have in front of me the soursop leaves that we, Tuan and I, have here in the store, but I really love the soursop fruit. And if you are I guess at least 2 years old at this point. I think everybody knows about soursop, and everybody is talking about soursop, whether or not it's the soursop leaves, whether it's the soursop bitters. But I here love the soursop fruit. One of the things that I love about the soursop fruit is that out of all of the fruits that I have probably researched, I've learned more about soursop and its healing benefits beyond, I think, even monk fruit and all the other fruits. And as you know, soursop is also known as the cancer fruit because in other countries, they have used the leaves, but more specifically the fruit itself, to help treat people with cancer. And it's a herb that I use here almost every day. In fact, I think I do it every day, not almost. Every day in some form or of another, just because the benefits of soursop is so far reaching. What are your thoughts about soursop?
Well, soursop, I learned about soursop because of the anti-cancer properties that it has. And doing more research about the soursop, is anti-inflammatory, very good for diabetes, blood pressure. I mean, it has so many benefits. Now, it wasn't until I came here that I saw the soursop like this. And this is beautiful. It is just the leaf of the plant. So if you've never actually seen the plant, this is what it looks like. My interaction with soursop has just been in the powder form.
Okay.
Because that's the distributor that I get soursop from. They just make it easy and put it in powder form for me. And then I, of course, have seen the fruit, but I'm a little bit intimidated by the fruit because it's so big.
It's so expensive too.
It's expensive. And so I've only used it in the powder form. And I always recommend everyone to use it in the powder form as well. You know, you can't go wrong with soursop.
Well, let's just even talk about, sometimes you guys may be wondering, you see so many products like, ashwagandha, and you're thinking, should I get it in the liquid, or should I get it in the powder, or should I get it in the leaf? How much am I absorbing? What is stronger? Which one is a better benefit? And with a lot of these plant-based, Tawana said that she uses hers in a powder form. And typically, guess what? A powder can be more stronger than the leaf itself or a liquid. I have a tendency not to use as much of the powders because a lot of the preparations that we make here is liquid base, and with liquid base and you put powders, a lot of time it's not mixable or it's not mixable, and so sometimes you literally have to see how big the molecules are before you can determine whether or not it's going to be good in a mix, or sometimes you got to heat it up. And you guys know the more that you heat up, the more you destroy the beneficial properties of it. I came to learn about soursop as the herb itself or the leaf itself, and I started researching more about it, and the only thing that I could really find is the leaf. So the more and more I studied and learned all about the chemical constituents of the fruit itself, I was like, okay, it's the fruit that has more bang for your buck. But because it's so expensive, it's just not feasible for a lot of people. And then it's hard to find. So it's not easy to find
It's not
here.
at the Publix.
Yeah, you're right. You can't go to Publix and get it. And but what I do love about the soursop, out of all of the herbs that we use that are bitter and don't taste good, soursop is not one of them. If you get the fruit, you definitely gonna love it. And it's a mixture between, to me, like a banana and kind of a mango, if you will, and something else. The texture itself is a little bit different, but now that I think about it, it's also called an apple in some countries. I forgot what kind of apple that it's called.
Is it sweet? Like, is it?
It is sweet. In South America, it's called guyabana. In I'm thinking about the other name. It's called something apple. I can't remember, but you know, a lot of the island folks, you know it. They call it soursop, guyabana, and I'm sorry, I'm getting older. I can't remember the third one that it's commonly known as. But yeah, if you can get the fruit, buy it. Amazon used to have it, but it's like, I think for 4 fruits, it was like over $100. And a lot of people are using the bitters now because you can go and get, you can use the fruit itself and make it like a, what do you call it when you're not distilling it? I'm sorry. It's almost like making a liquor, if you will. And but it retains a lot of the probiotics and the prebiotics, and that's one of the reasons why some of the bitters have become more popular in the recent years. So a lot of people do take the soursop bitters, and it's a bitter. You know, it kind of reminds you of, you know, going through and doing kimchi, you know, that fermentation process. And so that's the difference with the bitters. The bitters go through a fermentation process, whereas the juices and the teas use the leaf of the soursop plant, or the soursop tree, I should say, and it has beneficial. But I love the fact that you said the anti-inflammatory. It's great for a lot of people with wound care. There's been some remarkable studies now with soursop as a wound care agent. I don't know where I'm at with that, because I see so many other things that are less expensive that works well for wound care. But hey, I'm not gonna knock it. If it works, it works, you know. But I'm of the mindset that there are a lot of herbs just for cough and congestion. But if I can find the cheaper herb, then I'm going with that, you know, and that's the way I feel about soursop when it comes to wound care. But, you know, mixing soursop with ginger is a wonderful power pack ingredient, because it gives you just that boosted immunity and that boost in anti-inflammatory. So I don't necessarily think soursop by itself is the best way to go, you know. So here our soursop is coupled with a couple of other things. My soursop juice will also have ginger, and also pineapple. That's what it's called. It's called apple pineapple or something like that.
Because it has that spiky.
Yeah,
spiky.
yeah, exactly. And so I just try to power punch everything that we make here as a tea or an elixir And especially with someone that's fighting cancer, you want to throw everything at
Anti-cancer.
that's anti-cancerous with your formulas. So whether you're making a tea, you like, okay, well, how can I do, ginger? Well, you can dry the ginger and then add that with your soursop. A little bit different with pineapple, but you can dry your pineapple by taking it through a dehydrator and then just adding that in your tea. So that is a great elixir, and I think when it comes to soursop and the things that we like that are anti-cancerous or what we call anti-inflammatory, before you do anything, we have to use the disclaimer, speak with your physician and talk with your physician. But I don't know of anything that's negative when it comes to soursop. So unless you just have an allergy to it, it doesn't have latex, it doesn't have some of the common things that make you feel itchy or anything like that. So but everybody's different. Everybody's body chemistry is different. Do you have anybody that has any questions or anything like that?
I don't see any questions. If you have any questions, you can type it in so that we can respond. That's one thing that I love about the soursop is that it does not interact, like if you're on medications and things like that, you can still use the soursop. And I think that's something that people have to realize is that the herbs are also medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be careful if you're using certain prescription medications when you're using the herbs, because sometimes a herb can decrease the value of your prescription medication. And so it's just important that when you do consider using herbs in your regimen, that you research it, make sure that it's something that is okay for your specific lifestyle.
Absolutely. Because
every herb is not for everyone, just like every prescription medication is not for everyone. But the soursop is for everyone.
I believe it is. I believe it is. Nature invented it. So, I think, especially in 2025, there's so many people that are health conscious and are really trying to find things that work, for their bodies and work for their health. So I'm excited that there's been this resurgence, if you will, of people, going back to earth, going back to nature and saying, okay, you know what, I really, want to get rid of a lot of these artificial flavors, a lot of these stabilizers, a lot of these fillers. And a lot of that comes from people traveling now, to be honest with you. They're going out of the country more now, and they're seeing how other countries just do not have some of the things that we have here in the United States. So I'm applauding so many people when it comes to doing more for their health.
So Letitia says, can you mix soursop in a smoothie?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It just depends on the form of soursop. So you're not going to put this leaf into your smoothie. So the way that you would do it with the leaf, you're going to steep it and make it into tea, and you will pour the water into your smoothie. If you have it in powder form, then you just add the powder into your smoothie. So it just depends on what form of the soursop that you have, but yeah, definitely add it to your smoothie.
Yeah.
One thing I was going to ask about this, so how many leaves, so if someone is locally and they want to come and get soursop and to make a cup of tea, how many leaves?
To make a cup of tea, actually, you would only need one leaf.
One leaf. Okay.
One leaf. If you're doing like 32 ounces or more, then that's different. But one, you know what? Let me qualify that. The leaves that we have, one would be good. Yeah, you can take it out and just show them. Yeah. So she's going to take it out and show you the size. There are places on the internet where they get the really small leaves. We have a tendency to have the large leaves. And because we have the large leaf, one leaf is actually going to be good for 8 ounces. But if you're doing a tea where you're trying to do 32 to 64 ounces so you can have it different days, then you're going to use more. But as you can see, the leaf that she has is a pretty large leaf. So that one leaf in 8 ounces is good.
And so let's, I think, I just wanted to smell it. So that's aromatherapy, inhaling the aroma of the herb. It's not high fragrance. However, just me putting it to my nose and inhaling, I'm getting the aromatherapy benefits of the soursop. Going back to talking about smoothies, smoothies are an easy way for your body to get nutrients, so fruits, vegetables, and things like that. Now, one thing I want people to start doing is to use herbs in your smoothie. So instead of just using plain spring water, take your herbs, steep them, and then use that water for your smoothie. So that way, whatever herb that you're using, you know, burdock root, dandelion, you're getting those benefits inside your smoothie as opposed to just drinking a fruit smoothie.
Oh, absolutely.
So amp it up with your teas as well, and other things like coconut water. You know, just stop using plain water all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, give your smoothie a boost and add your herbal water to your smoothies as well.
During the spring, we do smoothies here, and we call them, a lot of them are medical smoothies. And our medical smoothies, because, I mean, just having a smoothie is great, but everything here that we do here, we try to give it a purpose or have a purpose.
Yes.
You know, so if you are a person that is dealing with rheumatoid arthritis or pain, don't just get a smoothie, a banana smoothie because it tastes good. You know, get you a banana and a soursop smoothie, like you were saying. You know, when we have people that have pain, they come in. We're gonna do white willow. You know, because they have pain. If we have arnica, that is not just for skin, because arnica is just really hard to get an edible arnica. But if we get an arnica, we'll do an arnica white willow kind of smoothie, because that'll help with pain. If we have a liquid magnesium, you know, we might mix that. And it will be no different than just going, you know, we go to some of these, Smoothie Kings and stuff like that, and we'll get, you know, a shot of energy, you know, if you will. But think about, when it comes to medicine, the way that I think when it comes to medicine, I like to drink my medicine, I like to eat my medicine. So along with my food, I like to add stuff, if it's just an herb, or if it's something that I believe that will enhance, you know, my health and well-being, I'll try to add it with my food.
And I think as we become wiser,
Definitely older.
Yeah, I like to say wiser. We should start looking at food in a different way.
Absolutely.
Because you know, your body can't do the same things that they used to do. You know, I remember growing up, I used to just eat lemon heads. Just eat a box of lemon heads.
Oh, that sounds good, you know, today.
No. Like at this age, I can't eat a box of lemon heads, because my body, like to keep this, trying to get the belly slim and stuff, like it's just different. And so you have to realize that as you age, you have to change some of the things that you do. And so when you eat, you want to make sure that the things that you're eating make sense, not just because it tastes good, but you know, is it going to give you the nutrients that you need? So like last night, I went out to dinner and I had a Thai vegetable bowl. It was a bowl, it was really good. and it was spicy. And so my mind, I'm like, oh, these spices is gonna get my gut moving. Like I'm gonna be able to cleanse. Yeah, it tasted good, but I automatically went to all of the things that were in there. It had mushrooms in there, so I'm looking at the properties of everything that's in the food, as opposed to just eating it just because, you know. So like you have to just kind of change your thinking about things as well.
Absolutely.
Even your drinks and stuff too. You know, add some lemon to your water.
Yeah,
Just
ginger.
simple things.
You know, even just to piggyback on what you just said, you know, going to a restaurant, one of the things that I used to always tell my clients is that, you know, you can have that steak, you know, if that's what you desire. But just about every restaurant has a bar. So before you eat that steak, you know, have that waiter or waitress go to the bar, bring you some pineapples. Pineapples are rich in digestive enzymes. So if you need to break down that steak because for whatever reasons you're celebrating, or, you know, that you decide that you're going to eat this, you know, porterhouse steak, you know, then get you some pineapples to help digest it and break it up so your body retains all the nutrients and vitamins and minerals that it needs. And then the waste from that product, it sends it to the colon to get rid of it. And so, you know, especially me sitting here thinking I got all my winter weight on. And so we're getting ready to go into spring. So it's time for me to start thinking a little bit more consciously with the things that I'm eating and drinking, to put more in there so that when spring comes, you know, I keep saying 1 year I'm going to come out with my half shirt on. And so in order to do that, okay, that's the year. That's the year. So I know for me that I definitely, you know, even now, you know, back there in the kitchen, you know, I poured all my little stuff because I'm like, okay, now it's time to just really start drinking, you know, my medicine. And that's what I urge everybody else to do. And even adding soursop in just your basic drinks, you know, even in your water, and letting it sit in your water for about 6 hours before you drink it, you know, you now have a soursop water. So like Tawana said, don't just drink water. I mean, water, we know that water is good for you, but even if you drink, in your mind you're thinking water is the only thing that you should drink. No, there's so many things that you can drink that is healthy and beneficial. Water is one of them, but a tea, that's just added benefits to your water.
So, and if you don't know which herb to start with, you know, always come here. You know, we can help you. But in general, green tea. Green tea is a super herb. I mean, it has so many benefits: antioxidant, anti-cancer. It works well with, and if you're on medication, correct? Is green tea okay with most? Yeah.
With most.
Yeah. So
now I would just only challenge that with people that are on cardiac medicine, because green tea. Yeah, exactly, and it boosts your metabolism, and it can speed up your heart. So, and if you have arrhythmias, then that's something that you might want. But pretty much green tea is safe. You know, the only time I would really challenge is, you know, some of the green teas that like Sencha, that Sencha green tea. Then I would kind of, you know, if I'm cardiac, I'm taking cardiac medications, then I would probably just, you know, kind of temper that, see how my body reacts to it. But other than that, green tea is pretty safe.
Yeah, and that's pretty, you know, safe. That's a very simplistic way to just give your drink a boost, or just you know, give yourself something every day, because you should really try to get some type of herb into your body every day.
Absolutely.
And it, you know, there's so many different herbs, and every herb has a benefit, and you know, so there's no reason why you can't. And for those who say, oh, the taste, I don't like the taste. I mean, how many things have you drank that did not taste good and definitely was not good for you, but you still did it? And so it's really a mental, you know, just a mental readjustment
Yeah.
and, you know, changing the way that you look at things. 'Cause
Absolutely.
we are in a different time.
Absolutely,
You know, the
yeah.
food is different, the environment is different,
Wow.
everything is different.
Yeah.
And so you can't do the things that your grandma, oh, my great-great-grandmama, she did this. Yeah, but how long ago was that?
Exactly.
You know, your great-great-grandma didn't have to deal with cars driving up and down the road
Right,
with
right.
all the exhaust and everything.
Mhm.
So we all are in a different time, and we have to look at our bodies and our health and our well-being in a different way.
Absolutely.
Can't do the
Absolutely.
same things.
Absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree with you. Well, that's about sums it up. Do they have any more questions?
I don't see any other questions.
Okay. Okay.
So thank y'all for joining the live today. We look forward to doing more of these.
Yeah.
Talking about more about some therapies and other things that you can do to, you know,
Yeah.
get you ready for this summer, because we got, 3 more months?
Yeah. Yeah. It's coming quickly. It's coming quickly.
So stay connected. I'm going to put the Organic Sisters link to her page so that you can also follow her over there. And if you're local, definitely stop by and you know, gather up, start building up your own personal inventory of wellness goods.
And we look forward to serving your healthcare needs in a natural way. And hopefully each week will come with something, or just spontaneously throughout the week. Whatever we feel, we know that this year is going to be a year of productivity in every arena in life. And I think someone just posted something for you. So
What is the best way, Brittany? Hey, Brittany. What is the best way to treat anemia? Hello.
well, you have to determine what kind of anemia you have. If you are just what we call iron poor blood anemic, that just means that your body needs to increase the rate of which it's absorbing iron, or if it's not absorbing if it's absorbing iron, okay, but you're just not getting enough, then you have to add iron to it. The other thing is, if you have what is called pernicious anemia, then you can take all the iron that you want and your body is still not building up enough hemoglobin for your blood. So what I like to do is tell people to add vitamin B12 with that, along with the iron, and see if that works.
How about
So,
CMOS?
sea moss is good too. Sea moss is good too. But the biggest thing is you got to determine why your hemoglobin is low. And so sometimes that really involves just, not only just drawing the labs, but then looking at whether or not your body is absorbing iron properly. And that can be a whole host of other conditions medically. So that's not something that we can easily answer.
Yeah.
If it's just a generic because of iron, add CMOS and add iron. But if your anemia is more the pernicious type, then that's something that needs to be dealt with via a consultation versus just me kind of talking.
And Brittany, I'll send you the phone number to the clinic, to the apothecary, so that way you can schedule a consultation where you can get more information, and then, would that be better?
Yeah.
Okay. So thanks so much again, and we're gonna talk with you again
I think so.
next week. Yeah.
I think somebody just did it because I saw your thing flip.
All right. See y'all.
All right. So this is Organic Sister, and as you can see, we are totally organic here. And for the rest and the remainder of the year, we're just going to do things like this randomly and spontaneously. And if you guys have any questions, put it in the comment below and we'll start answering some of those questions. Thank you and have a wonderful day.